Have you ever felt swept away by the whirlwind of modern life? Work, family, social networks. It all seems to be pulling you along without giving you a minute to stop and ask yourself, am I really in control of my life? But what if I told you there was a way to regain control? A philosophy that dates back more than 2,000 years, used by emperors, scientists, and some of history's most successful people to face every challenge life throws their way? Today, I will share with you 10 profound lessons from Stoicism, a philosophy not only for ancient thinkers, but also a guide for modern life. These lessons will help you find peace, meaning, and strength to face any difficulty. Are you ready? Let's start the journey now. First lesson: silent hugs. Wise people say little. One of the core principles of Stoicism is recognizing the value of words. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "Words are the mirror of the soul." This statement is not just advice about communication. It's a reminder that every word you speak reflects who you truly are. Therefore, speak less, but make every word count. In an era where social media and technology have turned communication into an almost automatic act, we often forget that words carry immense power. A careless remark can cause harm, while a thoughtful word of encouragement can change someone's life. More importantly, silence, something many of us seem to have lost, is often the strongest response. Silence does not equate to weakness or indecision. On the contrary, it signifies self-control and wisdom. Those who remain silent when necessary understand that not every opinion needs to be shared, and not every argument needs to be joined. They carefully choose their words because they know each one carries weight. Imagine a situation where you're faced with a heated argument. It could be an online debate or even a workplace conflict. Your first instinct might be to react immediately, defending your point at all costs. But is that really necessary? Sometimes silence is the best way to prevent the situation from escalating further. Seneca taught that the wise do not speak much, but when they do, their words have value. This doesn't mean you should remain completely silent in every situation. Instead, it encourages you to think before you speak, considering whether your words truly add value. If not, let silence do its work. Silence is an avoidance. It's a way to respect yourself and others. Today, I will share with you 10 profound lessons from Stoicism, a philosophy not just for ancient thinkers, but also a guide for modern life. These lessons will help you find peace, meaning, and strength to face all difficulties. Lesson 2: time is your most valuable resource. If there's one thing all Stoic philosophers agree on, it's this: time is the most precious asset we possess. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, once wrote in his Meditations, "Nothing is more valuable than time." This may sound simple, but it contains a profound truth. You cannot regain lost time, but you can decide how to use it. In modern society, where everything moves quickly and our attention is constantly fragmented by countless distractions, time seems to be the easiest resource to waste. We spend hours scrolling through social media, watching meaningless videos, or engaging in unnecessary conversations. When we look back, many of us realize we've lost precious time on things that don't truly matter. But why is time so important? The answer lies in its irreversible nature. Money can be earned back, relationships can be mended, but time, once gone, never returns. Every moment you live is unique, and how you use your time determines the quality of your life. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, stop wasting time on things that don't matter. This is not just advice, it's a wake-up call. Ask yourself, what are you spending most of your time on? Are these activities aligned with your long-term goals and core values? Or are they just mindless habits? If the latter, it's time to rethink your priorities. To apply this lesson to your life, learn to prioritize. One simple tool I'd like to share with you is the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. According to this rule, 80% of results often come from 20% of effort. This means that instead of trying to do everything, focus on the activities that bring the most value. For example, if you feel overwhelmed by work, identify the 2 to 3 most important tasks of the day and prioritize completing them first. Everything else can wait or even be skipped. Another way to respect your time is to learn to say no. Seneca once said, We often worry about things that aren't worth it and waste time on unimportant matters. If you constantly agree to every request without consideration, you'll easily fall into the trap of useless busyness. Remember, every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something more meaningful. Finally, treat time as a gift. Every morning when you wake up, remind yourself, I have one more day to live, to learn, to love, and to create value. Don't let precious moments pass by unused. Live as if today were your last day, but also plan for the future. Lesson 3. Never follow the crowd. Independent thinking is a sign of wisdom. One of the deepest lessons from Stoicism is this: the majority is often wrong. Seneca once warned, the crowd is usually led by the loudest voice, not the right one. This may sound simple, but it carries a powerful message. Don't let yourself be swept along by what society or others deem correct. Instead, think for yourself, evaluate, and decide what truly aligns with you. In today's world, where social media and mass media heavily influence our thoughts and behaviors, maintaining independence in thinking has become harder than ever. We easily get caught up in trends, societal norms, or pressures from others. From choosing a career path to deciding how to live, all aspects of life can be influenced by what's considered normal. But is popular opinion always right? History has proven that the most successful people, those who changed the world, were often those who dared to go against the crowd. Think of scientists like Galileo or Einstein, who questioned widely accepted beliefs of their time. Or more recently, entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs, who challenged industry norms to create revolutionary products. They didn't achieve success by following the crowd. They succeeded by thinking independently and doing things differently. But why is following the crowd dangerous? The reason lies in the fact that the crowd often acts on immediate emotions rather than reason. When faced with a situation, people tend to seek consensus to feel safe. However, this can lead to poor decisions. For example, in financial investments, many people follow market trends without understanding the fundamentals of their investments. As a result, they easily fall into traps like speculative bubbles or financial crises. Epictetus taught, you don't need to live up to others' expectations. Live according to your own values. This is a powerful reminder that life is yours, and only you have the right to decide how to live it. If you're constantly trying to please others or conform to societal standards, you'll easily lose yourself. So, how can you develop independent thinking? First, learn to ask questions. Whenever you hear a popular opinion or belief, ask yourself, is this really true? Does it align with my values? Don't be afraid to challenge ideas you find unreasonable. Second, build confidence in yourself. Independent thinking requires courage to face criticism or opposition from others. Finally, remember, you don't have to be perfect. The process of independent thinking is a journey, and you'll learn from your mistakes. Imagine standing at a crossroad in life, choosing between a stable but boring job or pursuing your passion despite the risks. The crowd might advise you to take the safe path, but if you listen to your inner voice, you might realize that true happiness comes from living according to your own values. That's the power of independent thinking. Lesson 4. Reject comfort, the path to growth. One of the toughest yet most valuable lessons from Stoicism is this: comfort can become the enemy of growth. Epictetus, the famous Stoic philosopher, once said, if you want to grow, don't fear discomfort. This may sound counterintuitive to what we often think about happiness, but contains a deep truth. Only by facing challenges can we truly grow stronger and wiser. In modern society, where everything is designed to maximize convenience and comfort, it's easy to fall into a state of stagnation. We prefer lounging on the couch to exercising, choose easy jobs over challenging ones, or spend time on entertainment instead of learning something new. However, constant comfort can rob us of the ability to face difficulties and eliminate the motivation to improve. Marcus Aurelius wrote, challenges are opportunities to grow. Every difficulty you encounter in life carries a valuable lesson. For example, if you fail at a project, don't see it as the end. Instead, view it as an opportunity to learn, gain experience, and improve yourself. If you feel exhausted during physical training, remember that the discomfort you feel is a sign that your body is progressing. To apply this lesson to your life, learn to reject comfort. This doesn't mean you should torture yourself or live a miserable life. Instead, it encourages you to set small challenges for yourself every day to push your limits. For example, instead of hitting snooze for 10 more minutes, wake up early and spend time reading or meditating. Or instead of watching an entertaining movie, try learning a new skill or completing a difficult task you've been procrastinating on. Epictetus also emphasized, your beliefs will never be tested if you don't challenge them. This means that if you always live in comfort and avoid challenging situations, you'll never know how strong you truly are. Challenge yourself by setting higher goals, stepping out of your comfort zone, and confronting your fears. Only then will you truly discover your potential. A classic example of the power of rejecting comfort is the story of top athletes. To achieve success, they endure thousands of hours of grueling practice, facing pain and fatigue. But it's precisely the sacrifice and relentless effort that allows them to reach the pinnacle of their careers. Life is the same. If you want to grow, you need to be willing to face challenges. Finally, remember this. Discomfort is temporary, but the results it brings are permanent. Every time you overcome a challenge, you become stronger, more confident, and ready to face bigger challenges in the future. That's the path to growth and success. Lesson 5. An unexamined life is not worth living. Seeking meaning through self-reflection. One of Socrates' most famous statements, which deeply influenced Stoicism, is this: an unexamined life is not worth living. This is not just a bold assertion about the value of self-reflection. It's also a reminder that if we don't regularly question how we live, we risk drifting through life without purpose. In today's fast-paced world, where everything happens so quickly and people are often caught up in the whirlwind of work, family, and daily responsibilities, taking time to reflect on life seems like a luxury. We often live on autopilot, doing things because others expect it or because it's what needs to be done, without truly understanding why we're doing them. As a result, many people feel empty, lost, and wonder, what's the point of all this? Stoicism teaches us that self-examination is a key to living a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, spent a great deal of time reflecting each day. He kept a journal, recorded his thoughts, evaluating his actions, and asking himself, how did I live today? What did I learn? How did I treat others? This wasn't an act of selfishness or vanity. It was a way for him to stay mindful and ensure he was living according to his values. But why is self-examination so important? The reason lies in the fact that life is a continuous journey of change. If you don't regularly reassess your goals, values, and actions, you can easily lose your way. Imagine walking on a forest trail. If you don't look up to check if you're heading in the right direction, you might walk in circles or even backtrack to your starting point. Life is the same. If you don't regularly examine yourself, you might end up somewhere completely different from where you intended to go. Seneca once wrote, "We shouldn't live like leaves blown by the wind." This means, don't let your life be dictated by external factors. Instead, take time to reflect on big questions. What am I living for? What do I want to leave behind for the world? Am I living according to my values? These questions not only help you clarify your life goals, but also help you find meaning in every moment. To apply this lesson to your life, start by establishing a habit of self-examination. A simple way is to spend 10 minutes each evening sitting quietly and reflecting on your day. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? What mistakes did I make? What did I learn from these experiences? You can also keep a journal, writing down your thoughts and feelings. This not only helps you understand yourself better, but also helps you build a more meaningful life. Epictetus emphasized, your beliefs will never be tested if you don't challenge them. This means, don't just accept the beliefs or values you've had since the beginning. Regularly ask yourself, is this really true? Does it align with me? By doing this, you'll continuously grow and improve yourself. Finally, remember this. The meaning of life doesn't lie in the destination, but in the journey. Every day you live is an opportunity to learn, love, and create value. Don't let life pass by without examination. Live like a Stoic philosopher, always mindful, always questioning, and always seeking meaning in every moment. Lesson 6. Control what you can control. Free yourself from unnecessary burdens. One of the core principles of Stoicism is clearly distinguishing between what you can control and what lies beyond your control. Epictetus once said, "Take charge of what belongs to you and leave alone what doesn't." This is not just simple advice. It's the key to freeing yourself from unnecessary worries and stress. In daily life, we often spend too much time and energy worrying about things beyond our control. For example, you might worry about the weather, other people's opinions, or the outcome of a situation you can't change. However, focusing on these factors is not only useless, but also makes you feel powerless and exhausted. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can fully control how we respond. This means that instead of worrying about external factors, focus on what you can change, your thoughts, attitude, and actions. Imagine you're facing a difficult situation at work. Maybe a project failed, or a colleague isn't cooperating. Instead of getting angry or blaming others, ask yourself, what in this situation is within my control? You can't change others' behavior, but you can control how you approach the problem. You can choose to respond positively, seek solutions instead of blaming, or even learn a lesson from failure. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have the power to choose how you respond to every situation." This is a powerful reminder that no matter how chaotic the outside world may be, you always have control over your mind and attitude. When you learn to focus on what you can control, you'll feel lighter and freer. To apply this lesson to your life, try practicing the sorting exercise. Whenever you feel stressed or worried, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, focus all your energy on solving the problem. By doing this, you'll gradually learn how to free yourself from unnecessary burdens. Finally, remember this. True freedom doesn't lie in controlling everything, but in accepting that some things are beyond your control. When you learn to distinguish between the two, you'll find peace of mind. Lesson 7. Focus on the present, the power of the moment. The final lesson I want to share with you is this. Focusing on the present is the key to living a meaningful life. Seneca once wrote, "The past is gone, the future hasn't arrived. Only the present belongs to you." This is a powerful reminder that if you don't live in the present moment, you risk losing the chance to truly enjoy life. In modern society, where everything moves so quickly, people often get caught up in two common mental states, nostalgia for the past or anxiety about the future. We spend time regretting what's already happened or worrying about what's yet to come, forgetting that life truly happens in the present. Stoicism teaches that the present is the most precious gift you possess. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Live as if today were your last day." This doesn't mean you should live recklessly or irresponsibly. Instead, it encourages you to cherish every moment and live fully. To apply this lesson to your life, try practicing mindfulness. This is a simple yet effective technique to help you focus on the present. For example, when you're taking a walk, pay attention to each step, feel the wind on your skin, or listen to the birds chirping. When you're talking to someone, listen to them sincerely instead of letting your mind wander. Every moment you live in the present is an opportunity to create value and joy. Epictetus also emphasized, we cannot change the past and we cannot predict the future. All we have is this moment. This means that instead of wasting time regretting or worrying, focus on what you can do right now. Set specific goals for each day and strive to complete them to the best of your ability. Lesson 8. Accept what you cannot change, the power of letting go. One of the most important principles of Stoicism is this. Accepting what you cannot change is the path to inner peace. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If you can't change something, don't waste your energy fighting against it." This is a powerful reminder that sometimes the best way to deal with a situation is to accept it. In life, we often spend too much time and energy trying to change things that are beyond our control. For example, you might get angry about bad weather, frustrated by someone who doesn't understand you, or worry about things that haven't even happened yet. However, resisting these factors is not only futile, but also exhausting and disempowering. Stoicism teaches us that Happiness doesn't come from controlling everything, but from accepting what you cannot change. Imagine standing in front of a storm. You can't stop the storm from coming, but you can prepare for it. Close the windows, stock up on supplies, and stay calm. That's how you face life's challenges. To apply this lesson to your life, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, focus on adapting rather than resisting. For instance, if you encounter an unexpected situation at work, instead of getting angry, try to solve the problem or learn from it. By doing this, you'll not only save energy but also find peace of mind. Finally, remember this. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. When you learn to accept what you cannot change, you'll discover true freedom. Lesson 9. Treat others with compassion. The secret to true happiness. A lesser-known but incredibly important lesson from Stoicism is this. How you treat others reflects your own values. Seneca once said, "Compassion is the mark of a noble soul." This means that true happiness doesn't just come from achieving personal goals. It also comes from how you treat those around you. In modern society, where competition and pressure are constantly increasing, it's easy to forget that we don't live in isolation. Every action, word, or attitude you display can affect others. If you treat others with respect and compassion, you not only make them feel better, but also build positive and lasting relationships. Imagine being in a stressful situation. For example, an argument with a colleague or loved one. Instead of getting angry or blaming them, try putting yourself in their shoes. Ask yourself, how are they feeling? Why are they acting this way? When you understand their perspective, you'll find it easier to resolve the issue peacefully. Marcus Aurelius emphasized, we exist to support one another. Life is not a solo race. It's a shared journey. When you treat others with compassion, you're not just helping them. You're also finding meaning and joy in your own life. To apply this lesson to your life, start with small actions. Listen to others sincerely. Offer help when they need it, and always treat them with respect. By doing this, you'll not only build a more meaningful life, but also contribute to a better world. Lesson 10. Focus on action, not results, the key to patience. The final lesson I want to share with you is this. Focus on action, not results. Epictetus once said, we control our actions, not the outcomes. This is a powerful reminder that instead of worrying about results, focus on doing your best. In life, we often judge ourselves based on outcomes, whether we achieve our goals, whether others praise us, and so on. However, this can lead to disappointment because outcomes often depend on factors beyond our control. Stoicism teaches us that happiness lies in the process, not the outcome. Imagine planting a tree. You can't control how fast it grows, but you can ensure that you water it, fertilize it, and care for it every day. The end result, a healthy tree, is the consequence of your consistent actions. To apply this lesson to your life, focus on completing each small step well instead of worrying about the final outcome. For example, if you're learning a new skill, don't obsess over becoming an expert immediately. Instead, focus on learning and improving every day. By doing this, you'll not only achieve your goals, but also enjoy the journey. Finally, remember this. Patience is the key to success. When you focus on action rather than results, you'll find peace and satisfaction in every moment. The 10 lessons from Stoicism we just explored are not just theories, but practical tools to help you build a balanced and meaningful life. Remember, wisdom is not about possessing knowledge. It's about how you apply that knowledge to your life. Start today. Every morning, take a few minutes to ask yourself, what am I living for? Am I using my time wisely? Every night, look back and ask yourself, what did I learn today? How did I treat others? That's how you gradually build a meaningful life. If you find these 10 lessons useful and meaningful, please support us by subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button. We spent countless days researching and compiling these profound lessons so you can learn them in just 30 minutes. So a small act from you, subscribing and liking, will be a huge source of motivation for us to continue bringing you more inspiring stories. Live like a Stoic philosopher, calm, wise, and free. Thank you for joining us on this journey. See you in the next video.